an update on my cycle. I'm on day 9 today. I decided that I would do an ovulation stick, which I stopped doing a long time ago because I use my own knowledge and tracking by monitoring cervical fluid. Yucky! So, but yeah, it isn't yucky because it's perfectly natural and it detects when my fertile window is going to be. If you've watched my other posts, we know that my fertile window is not day 14. I'm a typical 28-day cycle. Textbook would say you are fertile on day 14. When I was having fertility issues, they asked me to do blood tests on certain days, and the blood tests came back quite poor, negative, because they were actually being done on the wrong days. And when they started getting done on the right days, I started getting the right results. So back to my day 9. So I've done my ovulation test today, something that I don't normally do now, but I thought I would do it just to see how it's tracking it, and it's got a faint line. I'll show you a picture now. So you can see that the line's there. It's not very dark, but I didn't expect it to be because my ovulation tomorrow, the day after, it should start getting darker. Now, in the past, when I've talked in my other posts, we have a 24 to 48 hour window of opportunity to get the egg fertilised. If you're trying to get pregnant, as long as you're having intercourse leading up to ovulation, the sperm can live 5 days. Everyone's different, so 5 days maximum usually. Some research would say 7. Obviously it all depends on the quality of sperm, etc., but let's just look at the window of opportunity can be 5-6 day period, because you have your actual ovulation day, and that's when you've got your 12-24 hours of the egg being able to be fertilised. But prior to that, leading up to that, if the sperm can survive, then you've got this opportunity to have the sperm swimming and searching for that egg, and you've got the opportunity to get pregnant. Where you haven't got the opportunity to get pregnant is when you miss that opportunity, that window of opportunity. So for example, I ovulate on day 10, 11. So prior to that, now, if I was to be having intercourse, there is an opportunity for me, for that sperm to survive and fertilise the egg. But I know from last cycle and for all the cycles before that day 14 is too late. It's just too late for my cycle. I always have a glimmer of hope, but it's just too late. Every time day 14 is too late. And because we don't live together, we aren't always together on the right times. Hence why I know so much about myself, and hence why I know when I fall pregnant. So what we've got is a situation where we know I'm suffering from chemical pregnancies. We know that I've been getting pregnant. We know that, when I say we, I know that my ovulation peak is before day 14, so between 10, 11, 12, 13, even 9, 10, 11 are probably the days. And that was the day that I conceived with my daughter. And the reason why I know that is because I wasn't here at the other times, because I came over especially when I was ovulating. I just want to make a quick note here. I know I've mentioned about the sperm can survive, and that is very true, that it can survive for up to 5 days. So some people might be thinking, well, if you are having the intercourse on your ovulation time, it doesn't mean to say that the egg's fertilised straight away, because usually it takes time for obviously the egg to travel down the fallopian tube into the uterus, and the sperm has got to meet that egg. But I know through experience in all my pregnancies that when I used to try and get pregnant on day 14, and I wasn't trying at any other times, I was being quite specific to what I was being advised, I wasn't ever getting pregnant. And then when I started doing my own research and I started looking at my ovulation around day 9 and 10, I was getting pregnant. I had the first miscarriage, then I had a second miscarriage, and then I got pregnant, and then I've had chemical pregnancies after that. I've also had chemical pregnancies prior to that, but I'm just concentrating on the last few years. So I know my own cycle, and I know that I get pregnant, and when I know when I'm ovulating is not day 14. Of course, some people may ovulate and they may have intercourse, and then that sperm has got to meet the egg. One of the other reasons why I know about ovulation is because when I had my daughter, implantation bleeding came within 6 days from when I came over, basically to have intercourse, because I was ovulating and I wanted to get pregnant. So I know a lot about myself, and it's easy for me to, when I say it's easy, it's been many years of charting, but I know myself. And so now, hopefully, this cycle, the 4th attempt, I don't really like that word attempt, it sounds a bit naff, doesn't it? But the fourth try, the 4th hope, or whatever. Anyway, the point is, this is my last opportunity. Because of lockdown, because of COVID, I've been able to be here. This is my bubble of support. So I've been able to be here at times where my cycle's been just at peak, apart from a couple of cycles last time, and then there was one after the first chemical pregnancy where I wasn't here. So hopefully this cycle is going to be the cycle. If it's not, I am 41 this year. Although that's not old, it might be old to some people. Biologically, I'm classed as old. But as long as I'm fit and healthy and I am producing those eggs and they are being fertilised, the egg supply is still there. Quality of egg, not sure. Don't really like to look at it like that. Just like to see it as, you know, what's meant to be is meant to be. But hopefully this time I will get a fertilised egg, I will get a positive pregnancy test, and it will be a strong line. I really hope so. I feel like this is my last opportunity, probably for some time, because I am going back to work. So it's a bit windy, but I thought I'd fill you in.